Becky, I want to start with you. You opted out of vaccinating your son, who is now 14 years old. You stopped vaccinating him after his 6-month mark. Why did you do that?
I did that because of my older son's vaccine reactions that he had as an infant. My son, I took him in for a hepatitis B vaccine. He immediately developed a hideous diarrhea. Later that night, developed a fever, arched his back, screamed. If I would have known as a young mother these were signs of encephalopathy, brain swelling, I would have known to get him to a doctor right away. But after that evening, his health deteriorated for the next 2 years, and at 2 years and 9 months, he was diagnosed with autism. We didn't put the pieces of the puzzle together until I had my second son, who also started exhibiting some strange vaccine reactions. And at that point, I had to really weigh the options, and my husband and I decided that our children's neurodevelopment was more important than vaccinating for these diseases. And they could have had permanent damage.
And let me just ask you, because you obviously have a very compelling story. What do you say to parents who say that by not vaccinating your children, you are exposing other children to these communicable diseases like whooping cough and measles?
I say that it's their right to vaccinate their children, and if vaccines work as the way that they're supposed to, their children are safe. There's no reason to worry about my child. Their children are vaccinated. I'm the one that's taken the calculated risk for a very good reason.
Okay. Dr. Karp, what do you say to that? If other children are vaccinated, why would they be exposed to the communicable diseases?
Well, we all live in a community together. And if you don't get vaccines, your child's going to have a higher risk of getting illnesses. Sure, if the other child's vaccinated, that may protect them. We wish vaccines worked 100%, but they don't work 100%.
Jenna Elfman is best known for her leading role in the ABC sitcom Dharma and Greg. You may recognize her from her recent roles on Growing Up Fisher and AMC horror drama Fear the Walking Dead. The actress is now 46 and raising 2 kids. In 2015, she spoke up on Facebook about the controversial vaccination issue. For those who have missed the legislative scandal, here's a small recap. The Senator of California signed the bill into the law in 2015, and it removes personal belief exemptions to vaccination requirements for entry to schools. The co-authors of the bill even received death threats. Jenna Elfman turns out to be among those who are outraged by the law. On her Facebook page, she states, "There is no health crisis unless they care to create one. Wait for it. And frankly, I'm astounded that we have to fight so hard for our parental rights as Americans in America."
I've been around other 3-year-old children. I know why she's so accelerated. She's never been vaccinated before. She's never had any vaccinations. So that's why she's so accelerated. She doesn't have mercury in her body and things of that nature. So my son also, they different. They sit down like little people and just talk. I don't believe in conspiracy theories or anything like that. I'm just a cold-blooded investigator. What made me not want to get my children vaccinated was because I studied a lot about killing, bad enzymes and stuff in the body. And that's not an opening through your skin. Your openings are your nose, your mouth. I ain't gonna say I'm against the needle. Look at all these tattoos, man. Man, shit, I look like an essay when I take my shirt off. I love that needle. I was in Whole Foods one day, and they had, after you get vaccinated, they had something else you're supposed to take. And I'm like, why would you need to take something that after you've been helped already? And then I just, that's just me.